into the final minutes of a game, about to end all square, and a player on your team does this. If you're familiar with the content on this channel, odds are, you've seen this pass before. The two clips you've just seen are instances of technical brilliance by one player, and you will see more like it in this video, as well as other feats of footballing genius. A pure expression of beauty and elegance, in the art that is humanity's favorite sport, in passing, movement, and finishing. And the artist? Solomon. A teenager who plays mostly as a midfielder for the elite Space Football Academy first team, a position in which he could eventually come to be considered as one of the best in the world at playing. And you're probably thinking, that's too much of a stretch, after all this is amateur football. And to that I say, you're right, it is amateur football. But stay with me, I'm willing to bet that by the end of this, you will see that Solomon, despite never having played in a top-level professional team, could go on to be one of the best in this game. Playing in the middle of the park is considered by most to be particularly challenging. In fact, the most challenging set of positions to play in, and rightly so. In a football game, it is the area of the field with the highest concentration and frequency of bodies and changes respectively. A highly dynamic, yet predictable environment, that most minds and bodies playing this game lack the ability to traverse, much less in a manner that is influential in phases of play. As such, a good midfielder must possess a considerable level of tactical awareness, speed of thought and movement, and technical ability, probably the most required of any player on the field, to be effective in a game, and in these areas, Solomon almost always stands out. You can already see the quality of his timing and execution. He has consistently shown, and has come to be defined by his ability to influence a game from this position, particularly playing as an attacking midfielder. One of the things that will stand out to you is his vision, but even more impressive is the timing of the line-breaking passes. Solomon has shown to be highly sensitive to the movement of teammates, and has honed the speed of his decision-making to be such that he is able to make several assessments in attacking situations, within very small windows, almost always selecting the most creatively impactful option, and this is evident in his play. He also has the technical consistency to execute time and time again, and his teammates, aware of these, respond positively with runs to Solomon's possession of the ball in space. Of course, the key word here is consistency, and although you will need to observe him rigorously to determine how he performs with regard to this, you could make a guess to a positive, given the number of instances in this video. You will also see this technical ability in the consistent quality of his deliveries into the box, from open play, or from set pieces. He is especially adept at playing the ball into dangerous areas in dead ball situations from which he has created a lot of scoring chances. All of this culminates in the incredibly high creativity his stats show, having a high number of goal contributions in the form of assists. As impressive as these might be, passing is only a part of what makes a good attacking midfielder, and indeed, only a part of what makes Solomon's game. He has shown growth at the academy on several fronts, something that speaks to his great learning ability, due to his high intellect. One of such is his movement, on and off the ball, attacking and defending. Solomon might not be the fastest over relatively long distances, but he is exceptional at operating in small pockets. He possesses great ball control and dribbling, and the guile in movement, both of which are instrumental in his ability to beat defenders with ease, creating the space for a pass. In these pockets, retaining the ball usually isn't his apparent objective. In fact, he has come to be known for how direct he is in his decision-making, having a mind that optimizes for the fastest route to goal. This directness is also reflected in his dribbling and take-ons. He tries to beat players only when he needs to, and his judgment of these situations is usually astute. This directness implies that he usually takes risks in attacking situations. With attempting to play final balls, or with his take on attempts, and the numbers show, and you can see in this video, that this knack is to a net positive effect, mainly owing to the timing and execution of these risky decisions. And speaking of risks, Solomon is not shy to take shots from outside the box, and he produces great attempts at goal, usually on target, forcing the keeper into a save, or resulting in this. One thing some would have noticed over the course of this video, is how well Solomon connects with the ball on release. This is also present in his attempts on goal. He is an exceptional striker of the ball, and as such, in addition to his really impressive assists, he is great at getting into good positions in the box, and consequently gets his fair share of goals. Most of which come about by him outsmarting defenders and goalkeepers with clever finishes. Solomon is almost as good at defending as he is at attacking. Of particular interest is his ability to calculatedly apply pressure on opposition, forcing errors from even top-level opponents. This is enabled by his really impressive work rate and resilience, the former being particularly apparent in quick transitions. He is able to quickly provide support in attack from defending deep, and the most fascinating thing about this is that he does it consistently, from the first minute to the final minute of the game. And, while this level of endurance is expected from all players at the academy, Solomon is especially proficient and consistent. It comes as no surprise when you consider the amount of muscular and cardiovascular training he has put through as an individual. When it comes to other aspects of his defending, he also doesn't let down, understanding when to apply pressure and when to preserve the team's defensive shape. What I personally find astonishing about this lad, given all that he is able to do, is the fact that he has this level of tactical awareness and technical ability at such a young age. He is an individual who has pretty much lived and breathed football since birth, and as an individual he possesses a high intellect, and is really good at problem solving. I mention this because it is reflected in his play on the field. From this video, and on closer observation, you see his quick thinking, creativity, and adeptness at execution, and given all these, it isn't a stretch to say, that with the right grooming, and in the right environment, he could go on to be one of the best Africans, and perhaps humans to play this game. But hey, that's just my opinion. Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more of this type of content. Follow the link in the description below for more info on Solomon and Elite Space Football.